put the word out, I'm looking for some new projects. Right away, my buddy Tom hits me up. He says, hey, my friend Bob and I, we got a project. Come on out and see what we're doing. That's a Buick, right, with the portholes on the side?
Yeah, it's a 55 Buick. Yeah, I've always got a bunch of projects lying around. Probably too many. Got it from my dad, I guess. You know, he was always into hot rods and motorcycles and things like that. That's where I got the bug from.
So this thing is cool, man. We could totally work with this.
It's a lot of fun watching Ian walk around like a kid in a candy store, looking at all these different cars that could be potential projects.
Right behind it, across the driveway, is this early 70s Pontiac. This is cool.
Yeah, it's the Uniroyal Thrill Driver stunt car, Joey Chitwood. They used to jump them through hoops of fire.
Right,
and
at the fairgrounds,
yeah,
they do all
exactly.
kinds of tricks.
They had stunt drivers, Uni, Roy, and Al. This is Uni. The other two cars, I understand, are gone. So this one's kind of got some history to it.
I've never built one of these cars. I'm intrigued. You know, if Bob wants to jump through the flaming hoop of fury at 150 miles an hour, he's called the right guy. We can make this happen. Interesting project, man. I can't wait to get started on this thing.
This isn't it. He seems pretty excited about everything that's around here, but he hasn't seen my hot rod yet.
So I don't recognize this truck shell. Is a Dodge?
Nope, International.
Oh, wow.
I'm excited to see what Ian thinks of the work we've done and the work that needs to be done.
I've done a bunch of international stuff. This is old, though. Like what, 30?
Early to mid-30s.
Walking up on this project, Tom's giving me the spiel, hot rod, etc. And I see it was set out in this pasture for a reason. It's definitely a basket case. Oh man, what's up with the back wall?
There should be a window here.
You ain't kidding.
Right, but it was apparent. It looked like it had been in a wreck. There was a pretty big dent, and the sheet metal was wavy, so it had to go. It's an old farm truck, you know.
I see. The wild card with any old project is the damage or the rust, or the damage and the rust in most cases. And this truck's got a good dose of both. It's not even there to debate. It's pretty rough.
I know it's pretty rough, but what do you think?
In this, I can see the potential already, right away. But is there more? I mean, cars, they come with like 3 or 4 tires. You got a cab and a bed and a cat. Look at this thing.
So Ian's like, where's the rest of it? And that's when I get really excited, because this is what Bob and I have been working on for some time. And I'm really excited to see what Ian thinks about it.
Oh, so you guys aren't kidding around.
Nope.
This is cool.
Thank you.
Right on. You know, I deal with a lot of pipe dreamers, you know, guys with a piece of metal and a dream, but
right.
I didn't realize you guys are already nailing it. You've been on this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was hoping to see. Now we're talking cars. So I don't recognize the frame. What did this come from? You built it, or?
This is custom built.
Nice.
Tommy and I have been building this chassis for quite a while, off and on. We were kind of at a standstill on it. We reached the point to do the body work, and I don't do body work.
Hot Rod Bob, he's been doing this for quite a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's one of those guys that you can learn a lot from.
This is the easy part for me, but that body work, are you sure that thing's hammered?
Well, I mean, I can definitely handle the sheet metal work. If this thing runs and drives, we're in business. You guys got a deal.
All right, cool, great.
That cab is pretty rough. You know, we got a lot of work ahead of us, but I need to take a closer look. Now, class, there are a number of things wrong with the back of this truck. So right here, you can see it's out right here. And that's a lot, right? And on this side is the exact opposite, so you got the roller coaster effect. If I was to follow this line with the sheet metal, this is what it'd be doing. It's like way the heck out of shape. Not really sure if Tom knows how far gone this truck is. So the good news is I got a plan, but the not so great news is that instead of just putting this wall in and fixing the window, we kind of got to rehab the back third of the truck. There was numerous impacts. Instead of just putting in a window, let's just fix the whole back of the truck. It's gonna be way better for it. We'll clean all this crud out of here and we'll make it nice. It's never too late to shop it. That's the whole idea here, you know what I'm saying? So once I start working my influence, my hypnotizing ways. How many fingers am I holding up, right? You're going left, you're going right.
No chop.
You're going down a hall, you're turning left, you're turning right. The bottom line is we need to create a whole new rear panel. by any means necessary. When you're dealing with someone's prized possession, their passion, the last thing they want to see you do is go at it with a frickin' knife. It's like they're thinking, oh, good times. No, that's later on. Right now it's war. It's like visiting the dentist. Don't be nervous.
Oh, man. Yeah, but even the dentist is painful.
Open your mouth. All right, so now we're gonna do a little tar paper template lesson.
Tar paper?
My neighbor was putting a roof on his shed, so last night I did a little shopping. He was done, you know, he didn't need that.
Okay.
Tar paper isn't your typical template material, but it works, and you gotta use what's available.
Man, if I mess it up, I'll just blame Ian.
I can tell Tom has concerns. You just gotta work through it.
Ian's a go type of guy, man. He just jumps right in and he starts getting to work. It's a little bit hard to keep up with him. All right, so why do we put a square tube down here at the bottom and what's with the rock? But I'm trying. So this isn't gonna look like I've got some beaded line going on.
I just gotta say this. You're the most inquisitive client I've ever worked with. You're hitting all the bullet point questions, and I appreciate that.
Good. Well, I'm asking questions because, you know, I'm concerned, I'm curious.
The whole idea with this is you start with a little oversized and trim it back. So this is the story. I mean, the challenging part is this one corner, but the center just falls into place. So you see what you're getting, right?
Oh, yeah. You'd think that going this method would be all choppy and archaic looking, but this is already looking smooth.
That's totally a contender. I mean, that's the right window for the truck. The only issue is, just like the back wall, this thing is all smashed. Both of these panels, we're gonna have to straighten. I mean, and if you reverse it, the theoretical flat side on here, you can see it's way out. That's like an inch off.
I can see how bad it is. It's really out of shape. You know, I mean, I like it. I love it because it is the original window.
I can tell Tom's really set on this window frame. Let's see how bad this thing really is. Let's use some envisioning tape. I put this stuff on everything.
Think that center?
Once the envisioning tools come out, it gets kind of serious. What do you think, higher, lower?
Right there, stop. So Ian takes that back window frame and puts it up against the back of the cab with some tape. Yep, it's not looking right.
I mean, the window looks good, but it is bent. It's totally out of shape.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
There's always a porthole, man. I know that thing is perfectly round.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Look at this arch here, and look at this. Tell me it doesn't look like it's out of shape completely.
A little over 9 inches, about 9 3/8 right there. And then we come here, we're almost to 10.
That's what I'm seeing. It's whacked out.
I'm really hoping that Ian can pull some tricks out of his hat to make this thing better.
The good news is we can fix that thing. I got a plan.
You got a plan?
Yeah. About to get medieval on this. When a piece of metal gets bent, especially sheet metal, the molecules, they get rearranged. It wants to stay in that shape. Heating it up with the torch anneals it. It makes it soft again.
Is this one of the tricks that he has in his hat? I don't know, but I mean, it looks like something that came out of a barbecue. It doesn't look like a good idea.
As well as annealing it also tends to burn it up. That does not concern me. The steel isn't burning. All the crud that's on it is. It looks pretty rough.
Are you sure this is gonna work? What do you mean? Dude, you roasted my window.
This is a pretty unique shape we're dealing with here. So the next step is to make a little dolly tool that we can hammer the thing back into shape with. Red on that side?
Yeah, it's red.
Hi-ya! Dink. Looks pretty darn close, eh? The idea here is when you're away from your shop, sometimes you gotta improvise. You see that dent anywhere?
Yeah, man, it's
Dent
gone.
disappeared.
Man, it was a totally unorthodox way of going about it, but it worked. Ian managed to straighten out this window frame. Wow, man, you did it. Look at that.
Done, done. Tom is super stoked. It's looking good. Now it's just all about the welding. It's the scariest part of sheet metal fabrication is your potential to warp it. The way this is set up, I'm just making every effort to minimize the warpage. Hiya!
Wow.
It's not as good as the porthole, but it's pretty good.
No, man, this is better than the porthole. It's such a relief to see it fit back in there.
Man, that looks like a truck. It's a good looking window, man. Good call. Tom's pretty psyched. I want to put that cab back on the chassis and see what else he's thinking about. That looks a little bit better, man, for sure.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Seeing it back on the chassis, it's really cool. I'm kind of tripping out.
With the back wall there now, you really get that feeling of how raked it is. I really like the stance. Everything that Tom and Bob have done so far is really good. The one thing though, the back wall's totally outshining the rest of the rig now.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, hey, I'm a back wall. I'm brand new. I'm an old truck. You know, I got a couple ideas for this bed. You know, there's a huge hole in it. Number one, that's all that's bugging me is that, you know, you got your gear. Typically you throw your stuff in the truck.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I really didn't think about what was gonna happen back here. I don't know, I'd like to see what you have in mind.
I think we should make like literally like a trunk section here and then cap it. Put a tonneau cover right at this level. That way you can secure it. Nobody's getting at your battery, nobody's getting at your gas tank, nobody's getting at your goods.
I see what you're saying. It definitely will make it look more of a finished product if there's something going on here.
Let's do something steel as a storage bin, and then anything goes on top as long as it fits your aesthetic of what the truck's gonna be. I'll work on that sheet metal stuff, and then, you know, whatever you can come up with on this bed cover.
Wow.
Made some progress, sir.
Geez, I guess. Wow, dang, look at that.
So that helps it out quite a bit.
That's
huh?
gorgeous. The rest looks like heck, but that's nice.
Bob came in and he was jazzed. You know, I explained our plan. I got this idea for the shape here, you know, to accommodate these mechanical parts. So if you guys can figure out something for this cover, I'll work on getting this trunk area set up. I did a little sheet metal work back at my shop. So I was thinking it's gonna set right on that cross member and weld right to the frame here. And I'll just put some sides on. So you got this big hollowed out area.
Nice.
The idea with this is it's just a storage spot in the bed. You know, I wanted to get it all set up so that I could finish it off today. This is super basic. I just put this on the sheet metal brake, did a series of folds, and you see I put some little X's in there just to give it some rigidity. And I didn't put walls on it in case we had to change the shape a little, you know.
Oh man, this is gonna work. Oh wow, this trunk that Ian built in the back of the bed, it's really cool. It's gonna come in handy. Yeah, Bob and I, we went and picked a couple things out of the yard for possible cover.
Yeah, let's check that out. This can go in at any time. I was curious to see what they got for bed cover options.
Yeah, check this out.
There's a car hood, right?
Yeah, 68 Mercury Montclair.
It's a big car hood.
It's got a pretty cool body line on it. That might...
That's kind of neat. I did a roof of a hot rod with something similar to this. It was a Mustang hood. I mean, if you like it, you know, to extend this would be a little challenge. You know, you'd have some body work and whatnot if you wanted this detail to come through. Spectre seems concerned. There's a lot of noise from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, no? Is it a no?
There's that stink eye. What do you think? Doesn't seem very enthused, man.
No.
He's a lot happier walking in. All of a sudden, it took a nosedive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on this, but I got one more option I want you to check out.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure if it would work, but I figured I'd throw it out there.
The old picnic table. Oh, totally cool. It's wood, it's old school.
It just looks like something that would be in the back of the bed of an old truck.
What do you think about that? Better than a car hood, huh? Heavyweight. Checking it out. Getting a lick of approval. See, right away, you know. That's a good call. He's really into it, and typically when he likes something, he's not afraid to show it. It was his idea. Give him the action.
I prefer the wood in the bed, and dude liked it too. I'd say we're soulmates, but I'm pretty sure that's him and Ian, and so we're just good pals.
That's a keeper. I think we're going with this. They say the dog and his master, tend to really become one, and it's true. I don't know how we communicate, because it's usually just like, we get the point across. It's crazy. So the idea is I'll just weld this to the truck, we screw that to the plywood, and I'll weld it right in. The whole idea with this is to hinge up from the back of the cab. So the natural shape of this plywood, if it was screwed down, it would flatten out, but it ain't. So I think we just put some ledges under here, so that way when it hits that, it'll be kind of a pressure shut. Oh man, it looks like $100, $1 million.
Yeah, I'm glad we went this route. I like this a lot.
The real question is, what's it look like after we burn it, baby?
I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like.
Yeah, me too. I've never done this before. I just saw it happen, so.
Wait, you've never done it before? Ian says, oh, I've never done this before. And then he hands me the torch.
The whole process with this build is inclusion, A client can just pay and come back when the project's completed. I like to terrorize the client, engage the client. That way they really appreciate the rewards.
Yeah, look at that.
I think the darker it gets, the better it looks. Keep it cooking it.
I should have known this was gonna happen. I'm on Ian's wild ride.
That looks pretty distressed.
This thing's fun. I actually liked it. I'm glad Ian had me do it.
Man, that looks awesome. It was pretty freaking bland, and this made it look as old as your truck itself.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. I was surprised, I figured it would work. I've seen the results, but never been through the process.
Oh, wow.
That really helped the whole rear view of the truck, in my opinion. That thing is nailed.
I'm blown away, man. This was a good choice.
Couple more little bits, and you're in gear, brother.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of loose ends on this truck, and I know Tom has some ideas about the paint. We haven't really talked about it. I'm just gonna let things develop.
Oh, man.
It's getting there. My goal is to get this thing as straight as possible. That way, when you go forward with the paint, we never have to go back.
Ian's giving me the task of matching the paint. I've never done this before, and I'm kind of nervous. I just want it to be done right. When you give me the go-ahead, I'll slap some paint on it and then scuff it up.
For sure. Well, I'll make it perfect, and then you can screw it up. It's gonna be awesome. And I got another idea for your bed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the whole thing with that bed cover, tail lights. I got one other idea I want to show you, too. I was thinking how cool this bed looked. Just always bring it up a little bit more, maybe. It's wood. I thought it would just be cool to have a metal accent to kind of bring it together. Like those little slats in there are neat, but what if you had something that was even neater?
Okay, neater.
That was even cooler. But if you put that in there, all of a sudden, it transforms.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the mixture of metal and wood.
Tom had to hit the road, so Bob and I are still trucking. We're gonna keep this thing going.
Since it runs well, might as well have it look nice.
Hey, back window, clean engine, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Bob was cleaning up the engine, and I wanted to finish off this storage area in the bed. To fit this up just on the fly like I'm doing is a lot of testing, Put it in place, mark it, react to that. This is my improvised sheet metal brake. I consider one of my greatest assets to work like a caveman. Set up your line, set up a big old hunk of steel, and clamp it.
It's a pleasure working with Ian, and watching Ian work, I've kind of thought to myself, I need to learn this stuff. Oh, yeah. That's nice. It's sweet.
Yeah, I'd make a heck of a cooler.
Yeah.
I have no concerns about the structural integrity of this thing. And I know Tom has some ideas about the paint. We haven't really talked about it. I'm just gonna let things develop.
Hey,
Yo-ho.
man,
It's happening, baby.
you got a lot done.
Yeah, it's totally body work. Primer is dry, ready to rock, whatever you wanna do.
Well, speaking of paint,
Yeah.
I've got an idea. I took this panel to the paint shop,
Right,
and I had them match this green right here,
right.
and loaded it up in some rattle cans, right? And see how it's all nice and patina. It got a little bit of white and some ruddy red.
Right.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna layer the paint and coat it in the green, and then I'm gonna hit it with some sandpaper, some Scotch-Brite, and try to get this.
Like faux finish.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a cool idea.
Ultimately, my goal is to make it look like nothing has ever happened to this pickup van.
Yeah, if you can match this to what you got going on, then nobody will ever consider that this back wall was even messed with, which is kind of neat. I'm interested to see how this develops. Tom's just got the style, you know? He's like the Fred Astaire of the paint world, you know? He's got a flow, he's got a rhythm, he's dancing it. Pretty interesting process. So I'm gonna start by just making a frame out of this square steel. This truck's been around a while. There's been a lot of different hands in the process. So someone's changed the center of the windshield upper portion for some reason, and it's really misaligned. You know, you want the top of the windshield to be straight because there's gonna be a hinge up here. Look how far off that is.
Yeah, somebody hit that with a grinder.
That's way out, yeah. Just like most things I fabricate, I start with a template and then I make a final piece. So this steel part I'm making is the template for the aluminum frame that's going to be there in the end. So now you can really see, you know, that little gap difference. I'm going to take this whole thing out, but that's perfect. I'll make one more of these and then just put it together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point where I become concerned. That's like nothing I've ever seen before. Making the aluminum frame in the end is pretty specialized. I have the big TIG welder at my shop, so this isn't a job to be done on location. The template I can bring back, come back with the new one. That's the shape of the windshield frame, and it's even as opposed to the truck. Whoa! It's like St. Patrick's Day up in here. Look at that green. That is hideous.
It's gonna be a process. And yeah, I hope it works.
Hey, I'm gonna cut apart your truck once more, so.
Again?
It's gonna make the windshield a little better. This front angle iron, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna make a whole new mount for the windshield. Brought the template back to my shop and made the same windshield frame shape out of aluminum C-channel. Put an aluminum piano hinge on it and showed it to Tom. So while you're doing all that scratching and scuffing, I got your window frame.
Awesome.
Got a little hinge on there. And then that fits right up in here.
Oh, nice.
The advantage of making an aluminum windshield frame is that it looks cool. You know, when somebody looks at it and you say, oh yeah, it's hand built. You know, it just gets extra points with the judges. So we'll put a lot more screws in, but the proof is in the test. Does it close?
It shuts.
Not too bad for some old scrap aluminum.
That looks great, man.
So you can see how flimsy it is. What I really want to do is, in addition to putting glass in here, I'll put the knobs on there and then the little sliders. So you could set it, you know, I mean, if you wanted, you could set it way out here.
Now, I love it when Ian does something outside the box or really extra cool. He's taking my build up just an extra level.
We're definitely hustling this, man. It's gonna happen for sure. We just got a couple more details, assembly, modifications, and this baby's ready to rock. Tom's club event is only a couple days away. We got a bunch of assembly to do. I got a couple surprises. You know, we got to get things finished. Tom really pulled off this paint job. He's been working overtime. Brought it out here to Hot Rod Bob's compound, his testing facility. It's looking good.
I feel great, man. I look at the truck and it's like I can't stop looking at it. It's so cool looking. Yeah, I got these mufflers from Porter and I think they look great and they sound fantastic.
It's all about the details in the end. He's got the grille all finished, the headlights installed, the rims are powder coated. This looks awesome, dude. I mean, the patina is something I wasn't expecting at all.
Right,
It's
yeah.
freaking cool. Everything about this truck came together like really clean, man.
Yeah.
You know? The clincher for our deadline was this car club meet that Tom's been talking about. He's invited everybody over. Today is the day, and the truck is here.
The Defenders Car Club, man, it's just a great bunch of people. Yeah, there it is, check it out. They've seen the truck from the beginning. They've seen it when it was just a rusty cab and bed and had no hope.
I remember the day you got it, you were like all proud of it. We're all going,
It's really cool to see their reaction to the truck, you know. They're walking around it, they're checking it out. Yeah, Ian built this trunk area in here.
Oh, it's a great little truck.
And we're getting the thumbs up from everybody.
I think the biggest satisfaction of getting this built together is the fact that it really does look like a timepiece. It looks like nothing ever happened to this truck, which is pretty different for me. It's kind of awesome.
Oh, I love it. I just like the stance and the looks of it. It's got the right look for what I like as far as a hot rod. The truck actually has history, so that's pretty cool to put that back on the road and have it keep some of its original look to it.
I heard there was gonna be a race. We came here on a mission. There's a reason we came to the racetrack. Tom wants to race Bob, or maybe Bob wants to race Tom. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but there's 2 cars here and they're going in the dirt. There's no time like the present. Now, I want you to remember one thing. Go that way really fast.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna win or anything, you know, but it'll be a lot of fun to just get out there with them and tear it up.
I know he doesn't stand a chance. I have a little bit of practice on this track.
I'm here strictly for moral support. It's like a parent raising their child. I've done all they can, and now it's time to set them free.
I'm having fun. I'm all in it. I'm going for it, and then nothing.
This is just par for the course. You know, it's a maiden voyage. It runs great in the driveway. You start slamming it around the dirt, there's gonna be a fail rate.
Here I am. I just built this hot rod pickup. I'm out here having fun with it. I got all my friends watching. The truck dies on me.
That is dry. Yeah. Tap on the float bolts to see if it helps. Something. Don't be so traumatized, man. I've been doing this for 20 years plus. This is typical.
Come to find out, it was the fuel cap, not venting. So fix that, and runs great.
The truck fires right back up, and I'm back in it.
All right, champ. Now, I don't want this little setback to get you down. We're still in the race, man. I got some leeway with the referees, and they're gonna give you a timeout on this one. And I think we can come back stronger than before. The thing here is all attitude. You know, you can't get rattled.
Ian's being a really good pit boss, and I'm digging it. I'm loving the help.
This is the vintage race that you read about. 34 internationals racing a Model A Ford. I mean, this is cool old-time stuff.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man.
So I get out there on the track, you know, the first couple laps, and I'm loving it, man. I'm learning what the truck can do and what it's responding to. I'm loving this truck, man. I can't stop saying it. I really do. I love it.
I got the old Sterling chassis from Victor. You know, it was a runner. I shortened it and put in a screen floor in typical old school buggy style. Thing is, after kind of ruminating on it a bit, I decide I'm only going to use a piece of it. The VW suspension is bulletproof. It's a great choice. That's why they make Dune Buggies out of it. But I'm not looking for a great choice. I'm looking for something different, something unique. The big departure from every other old school Dune Buggy is I'm not using the Volkswagen front suspension. So first thing, off with the front. All of my ideas have been leading up to this. I've just been thinking about it. Basically, I have to build it complete to see if it works. Another leap of faith. All right, start of a great project. Whole new turn of events. In losing that Volkswagen suspension, I want to kind of lend a hot rod flavor to this. Concept for the front axle and suspension is basically Model A. Model A tie rod and components. Model A front spring. Model A hubs and spindles. You can smell it, it's very old, don't you think? He's disinterested. It's just, Dune Buggies don't get the passion they deserve. Look at this. He's on Victor's team. I got a piece of pipe that will be the axle, and I'm putting the spindles, kingpins, hubs, and rims of the Model A car on it. So it'll have a radius rod, basically the same formula you'd see on a hot rod front suspension, except for this. This is the trick element of this design. Typically on a car like a Model A, your leaf spring is mounted in the center on this perch, so you just have a spring action. And I mean, it does articulate a bit, but you're always flexing the spring. What this does, with these shackle bolts, this piece here goes inside it, and it allows the entire front axle to swing without putting pressure on the spring. In other words, if you're coming up on a sand dune and this front tire lifts, it would potentially cause the rear tire to unweight and lose traction. So as you come onto the different terrain, the whole front axle swings and it leaves the two rear tires planted. That's really the one thing that sets this car apart from the rest, you know, the cool factor of, oh yeah, it looks like a hot rod, but it also does this articulating thing, which gives it traction in the sand. So now we've got the patient on the operating table. It's time to get funky. I trimmed it up a little bit to fit the Volkswagen suspension. And hey, it's a Dune Buggy, you know, it can look a little chopped up. That's what I want. I want it to look like a mutant. Don't be distracted by the crusty look. This is not a rat rod. This thing's gonna shine up. The thing about this car is in shortening the chassis, the wheelbase got really shrunk up. It's purely visual, you know. Maybe if you tried it again and again, you'd come up with a formula for ultimate performance. I'm just going for the visual aspect of it. It's gotta look long and lean. Yes. Looking through my dark helmet, everything seems to be perfect. I'm using this really heavy 2-inch tube, 1/8 wall. See where I'm going with this? And I'm just trying to create a truss structure to extend the wheelbase and keep it really strong. All that noise and sparks and stuff is all led up to this. You got your pivot, check. You got your sleeve that allows clearance to the fitting, check. That goes on there, check. And then you got your thrust washer, trap it all together. I call this pivot a success. I mean, theoretically, this axle could swing 360. If it wasn't on the table, it could literally just go around the clock. Everything about the suspension looks great, but the one issue is I gotta figure out how to steer it. My mission today is to get this thing steering by a steering wheel and on 4 tires. This was one of the things I was looking forward to at this project. I mean, who has this kind of weird contraption welded to the front of their Volkswagen? Like everything in this car, there's nowhere to mount this box. I just made a quick plate with the bolt pattern. I'm gonna stick it on there and then weld something to it. Making mutants is all my business. I'm used to this kind of stuff, so merging a Volkswagen steering shaft with a golf cart steering box and a Model A suspension, no problemo. Cut, weld, assemble. Steering box is now part of the car. What do you think? Still skeptical? I'm making progress, whether you like it or not. This is the steering column and the wheel off the Sterling. So you can see it's got that old school, funky vibe. And this is gonna have to get put in here somehow. My goal with this entire project is it's found object art piece. That truly is how these old school buggies were made. You know, I've been doing research, all these magazines and everything. Before there were kit cars, people actually made vehicles for the sand by hand. You got steering. You know, the wheel's way up, out of shape, but I'll be able to tailor this height-wise and distance from the seat back once I get some seats. I really want to put this on the ground. Test of this design is what happens when the wheels travel. There's going to be some feedback into the steering wheel for sure. I just don't know how much until I test it. Ready to witness the greatness? Check it out. Look at that. Smooth. So not only do you have the up and down bounce, but without the bounce, you have this swivel. That's a lot of suspension travel. This is what I've been waiting to see. You know, I wanted to get these 4 wheels on the ground and see how it operates, so it is a small victory. So the idea here, I mean, you see guys with Jeeps doing this all the time. So you got articulation in the suspension, but the 2 back tires are still planted flat. You know, even at that angle, it steers well, and that's the whole thing. You're cruising on a dune, your rear's not losing traction. This is exactly what I was hoping to achieve. That's the big satisfaction about this career I've chosen. It's taking all these mixed up ideas and getting to build them and try them out. And sometimes you actually succeed. It's pretty awesome. Yes, we need seats. I understand that's next. Starting to look the part. You know, there's a few other things I need for sure. I think it's time to get back on the hunt. Decided to swing by my friend Robin's workshop. I'm really hoping to pick up some seats from him for my Dune Buggy. Walking in right away, it feels like home. There's stuff everywhere. This guy's got the treasure. This looks like my kind of place. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Man, good to see you.
It's been a while. You got
Yeah.
stuff. I have a couple seats, Italian car seats from the 50s.
Yeah.
They're nice. I kind of don't want to beat them up and change them.
I have a couple Italian cars from the 50s.
Right. Couldn't keep my eyes off of that.
Yeah, this
thing's
is a
crazy.
56 Vespa Ape, and it's a coffee cart, and I really just fell in love with it.
Yeah,
It's
me
just-
too. That's the crazy thing. It is basically a scooter, but it's a pickup truck. And it's steel, right? Is it aluminum or steel?
It's all steel. If you could fit in this,
Oh, yeah. This is my kind of ride.
yeah.
Man, definitely cool, for sure.
I'm taking Ian around my garage, and there's just a lot of stuff that he had never seen before.
So what's this?
So if you don't fit in the three-wheeler, the next upgrade is the four-wheeler.
4 wheels, 2 wheels, and 3 wheels.
Yeah, if you get two Vespa scooters and
Right.
and you weld them together side by side, you get
That's what you get.
yeah, Vespa 400.
The clincher for me is this 4-wheeled Vespa car. It's a micro car. And when I say micro, I can't stress that enough. Robin's up in the rafters. There's dust coming out of every corner. I don't know what he's doing up there. Whoa.
Yeah, I pulled these out of my junior high math class. These are actual Herman Miller chairs.
He's saying these are Herman Miller chairs, school chairs or something. I guess they were a mass-produced item, and now today they're collectible. Dude, these are perfect. I'm looking at these things like, this is perfect. They're very light, they're fiberglass, they've got the 60s flavor. Yeah, these I think are right for me. We just got to come to some kind of arrangement, because if they're worth a fortune.
Well, I just saw a pair like this go on eBay for $1,200.
That would make my car worth at least $1,300. These are awesome.
Are you happy with this trade?
Yes, this works for me. I need those seats and he needs them seats, and now everybody's sitting pretty.
Unbelievable. I mean, this is like the best possible case scenario for my project and hopefully for his project.
I'd say mission accomplished. These seats are a good step-off point to get the rear section of this buggy in action. I got these seats back from Robin, and they are Dune Buggy seats, 100%. Not too shabby, huh? It's the weirdest thing, just like with Robin's car, the seats look one way, but then when we're in her car, it's the opposite. And this has the opposite effect. It makes this car look much bigger than it did. But the question is, do I fit? Sometimes you never know what you're getting yourself into until you just go for it. The thing I needed with this project was minimal offset of my big carcass. You know, I needed a thin fiberglass shell so I could sit back in the vehicle, and these were exactly that. What do you think? I think he's into it. Typically with an off-road roll bar, you want it as strong as possible. So you make all your measurements, you fit it in, weld it. Roll bar is primarily for looks, like most of the old Dune Buggies, so I could pull it off by using 2 pieces. Speed buggy roll cage. You know, it's just enough to represent off-road. Real crash scenario, I don't think any of them did much. And hey, I got nothing to lose. Take the body off, mount some seats. This is a small car, no doubt about it. I just had to figure out where the steering wheel felt comfortable, so got them in there and shortened up the steering column to match me. So you got your roll bar for support, steering wheel, 1 seat, perfect. See? That's what this has all been leading up to. I want that cartoon monster feel, you know? That's the whole idea here. Big giant ape in a little car. Whoa. I knew from the jump I wanted to use a beer keg for a gas tank. Beer keg fits behind the seats perfectly. Don't need a ton of fuel in this thing. It's got a stock Volkswagen engine. That goes right into place as it should. This is exactly what would be in a vintage Dune Buggy. That Sterling was a period piece. So what it is, I think it's a big bore, single port with this carb adapter. So it's probably high compression. I mean, it ripped in that Sterling. It really moved out. It's a good engine. So I think in this lighter vehicle, it's gonna be all right. The engine wasn't this nice in the Sterling. You know, the innards are what they are. I just took off all the sheet metal, cleaned it, painted it, reassembled it. So it's as it was in that car, and you could see it did some pretty hairy burnouts. I envisioned this whole car from the start having a Model A grill shell. You know, that's the whole hot rod look. Just chopped it down. I put this mesh in here. Nothing says hot rod like Model A. And basically, it sits like that. Still unimpressed. If I was building a Corvette or something, he'd probably be like, you know, dogs love Corvettes. So this is mechanically there. I could literally hook up a battery and some cables and brake hoses and drive it. But cosmetically, it's not what I need. I need something that's just like, pow, you know. I like the funky style. You know, I want it to be like, whoa, nobody looks past it. So that's the challenge. You know, black car, red rims, everybody's seen it. I gotta get to thinking. Like almost everything I do, there's no way to figure out if it's gonna work or not without just doing it. So it's time to get busy. Color says everything about a vehicle. You know, this is a good time, fun toy. It's not like a scary looking mean machine. You could really give the vehicle different flavor with a different color. I want that light reflectivity of a white base coat, something that really is blinding in the sunlight. In addition to some of this stuff. I called Little Daddy Roth. He's hooked me up with a lot of metal flake for different projects. And he has this new stuff called Snowblind White. White Dune Buggy, white metal flake. What could improve on that? Some of this. This is glow in the dark, top secret. Something about the late 60s, early 70s, you know, you had this like monster fed, cartoon monster stuff. I remember like glow in the dark model kits were a huge thing. I want the car to reflect that time period. So, you know, I'm thinking, I have not seen a glow in the dark Dune Buggy. This might be the next big thing. Every time I've used metal flake with auto paint, I just mix up about a half a cup and then I pour the stuff in there. How much do I put in? I don't know. I'm gonna dump a lot in there. Oh man, that's fantastic. And I'm gonna put a lot of this in. Because this hopefully will change the color to more of this eerie glow yellow tone. Do I need that much glow? I don't know. I don't want to have not enough. Like almost everything I do, there's no way to figure out if it's gonna work or not without just doing it. So I'm gonna paint up a couple parts and test it out. So it has the effects I was hoping for. You can see it's like a frosted effect, and I'm gonna bury all this in clear, of course. This is just the first application. The thing I wasn't sure of, but I'm very excited about, is the glow green. It's still white, but it has like this greenish aura coming off of it. My theory from the start was that it looks pretty mellow during the day, but at night, it's party time. The only way to test it is put that rim in the dark room and see if it worked. One thing I know is when I turn the lights off, that bottle of stuff glowed. But once you mix it with paint and put it on something, I just don't know if that is going to still happen. So this is the test. This is what it looks like in the daytime. And that's what it looks like at night. That is totally cool. It's a glowing Model A rim. It's exactly what I had hoped for. So I'm just thinking what I want white. And I know I definitely want that top ridge of the body and all those embossed lines to be white. So I'm gonna mask all that stuff off first. The whole thing is the majority of this car will be masked simply because it's gonna remain white. So what I'm doing here, I've decided it's gonna have 2 candy green pinstripes. This very thin white section here is a stripe, and this thick section here, so the center of these panels will be masked. So you'll have a heavy one with a nice round corner and like a tight little outline. Probably would be easy enough to just pinstripe this line, but I'm not a pinstriper, that's why I'm taping the heck out of it. So as long as the tape looks okay to your critical eye, I'm gonna spray this thing. I'm just gonna mix up some of this candy green I got from Eastwood. So looking at the value of this green, it's very green. I don't know what it's gonna look like on white. Well, wait a second, yes I do. So that's very thick for paint, for spray, but it's gonna be somewhere like that. One thing I know is that Dune Buggies sparkle. I'm gonna use this Little Daddy Roth metal flake all over the car. The green's a nice color, but I think with a little action in it, it's gonna be even better. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. The thing about this is once you spray it, it's a lot of work to go backwards, you know? Especially putting a pigment over white, you'd have to sand the thing back and start over, so you don't know what it looks like until you pull off the masking paper. The thing I'm trying to do with this is like keep it lighthearted, you know? It's not like a badass, nasty hot rod. It's a beach buggy. Sunny day at the beach, you know? What looks cool? What looks like a fun thing to do? This car. The whole thing I was going for with this was like following the lines of the car. So like a vintage pinstripe would simply be around the contour of the body. And that's what you get. Double line, one fat, one skinny. Surprise, surprise, pulling this tape off, it's happening. You like it? Stepping back and looking at it, I really like the way it came out. I think it just needs one more thing. Dune Buggies sparkle. I had a Roadster pickup truck years ago. Tried some gold, didn't work out. Round 2, here we go. Tried this gold thing before and it hasn't worked out in my favor, so, you know, hopefully time heals all wounds, you know, I'm a little more mature now. This time I might be able to pull it off. It's the whole thing with the gold car, you know, here I am again with this gold flake, and I'm just gonna dust it on the car until it looks right. The challenge here is to be subtle and less, you know, more Elvis, less Liberace. Progress-wise, everything's really fleshing out. You know, the paint scheme is looking good, all the fabrication is basically complete. It's all about getting this whole setup to the event, you know. Building's fun, cruising this thing's gonna be even cooler. Number one about the car is first impression, right? It's got that cartoon, old school hot rod vibe. The paddle tires take it to the next level. You know, I got the thing pinstriped, it's looking good, it's all polished out. I met up with Court, he's the main guy that runs this event.
People are really excited about seeing this car. You did a fantastic job. Adding the body to it just makes this so unique. It just has this unique, complete retro vibe with this kind of hot rod thing thrown on it, and it's a really cool buggy. Can you tell me just a little bit about this paint? Because it looks, at first you'd think it's been out in the sand. Right?
That was the idea. Court was really responding to the paint job. You know, I had my idea of what it was gonna look like, but him coming in, you know, fresh to it, he's like, this almost looks like the sparkling sands of a beach. It's like a white flake, and then I used a gold flake. So when you're looking at it, it looks like the beach.
It does, it totally does.
I saw his car years ago and was so inspired by it. That was the basis for me for creating this pan buggy in that style. When you get up next to it, you know, you can feel the history. You see the way his car is set up with the Model T steering and all the 60s vibe in the build characteristics.
So this is my dad's car. He was the original owner. It was built in 1967, 68, so it's a 50-year-old car. The original roll bar were stainless steel swimming pool handrails.
Awesome.
Okay.
When I heard that story, I was like, primo. That's where I'm coming from.
All these buggies from the 50s and 60s were home built, much like you did, right?
With all old parts.
Yeah.
I saw your car in Hot VW's magazine years ago, and I wanted to build something styled after your front suspension.
Yeah, how did the front suspension work out for you?
It works great. The thing about this suspension design in Quartz in my car is that it is specifically designed for these tight sand dunes. The only way I can describe this place, it's like a skate park for cars. If you see any skateboarders on TV in a big concrete jungle, that's what this is, but it's a sand skate park for cars. I've been to the sand dunes before with different cars, but I've never experienced the authentic old school buggy ride. You just sand in your teeth. I should have brought goggles. The car's ripping it though. It's a wild ride. I'm having a great time. This is one thing I've always wanted to do. I mean, it's very satisfying. I've had a couple other buggies, but this one exceeds the thrill factor of the others. It's totally cool.